A lot of people want to learn Chinese, but they see those characters and just freeze. I get it. But what if I told you the secret to speaking Chinese has nothing to do with writing them? Today, we're going to crack the code on something called Pinyin. It's basically the key that unlocks how to pronounce any word in Mandarin. So, let's start with the question everyone asks first. What's the Chinese alphabet? And that's a great question. It seems super logical. But here's the thing. And this is the first big secret. There isn't one. Not in the way we think of it anyway. Okay, think about it like this. In English, our ABCs do two jobs, right? They help us write words and they tell us how to say them. Well, Chinese is a bit more specialized. It splits those jobs up. You've got the characters for writing, and then you have a completely separate system just for pronunciation. It's like a user manual for your mouth. And this is huge, because it means you can learn to speak fluent, amazing-sounding Chinese without ever having to memorize a single one of those complex characters. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll officially bust that alphabet myth. Then we'll look at the two big systems for pronunciation. After that, we dive into the fun stuff, the building blocks of every single sound. And by the end, you'll have all the tools you need. Okay, section 1. Let's put that alphabet idea to bed. Remember, our goal here is all about speaking. The tools we're talking about today are your direct bridge to making the sounds of the language, letting you skip the writing for now. Right, so if there's no alphabet, how on earth do you write down what a word sounds like? Great question. That's where these phonetic systems come in. There are basically two big ones out there, and they're a little different. So you've got Zhuyin, which is mostly used in Taiwan and has its own special symbols. Kind of cool, but it's a whole new set of things to learn. And then you have Pinyin. This is the standard in mainland China and for pretty much every learner around the world. Why? Because it uses the same ABCs we already know. It's a huge head start, and that's exactly what we're going to be focusing on. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Every single syllable in Mandarin is built like a Lego. It has distinct parts that click together. The first piece, the foundation of the brick, is called the initial. These are basically the starting consonant sounds. Let's go through them group by group. First up, we have the labials. Fancy word, but it just means sounds you make with your lips. These are super easy. The B sound, think burger, but without the urger. It's soft, no air puff. Then you have P, which is its brother, but with a puff of air, like purring without the erring. M and F are, well, they're just M and F, exactly like from money and fun. Easy peasy. All right, next group, the dentals. These are the sounds you make with your tongue touching the back of your teeth. And again, these should feel really familiar. D is like duck without the uck. T is tough without the uff. N is nut without the ut. And L is lucky without the ucky. See the pattern? You already know these. Moving on to the gutturals. These are sounds from the back of your throat. You've got G, as in gut. Then there's K, which is like saying, come here, but without the omer. It's that sharp K sound. And H is just like you'd think, the H from honey. Okay, heads up. This is our first group with some real curveballs. They're called palatals. Don't worry, we'll get through them. The pinyin J sounds like the start of genie. No problem there. Now, the pinyin Q, this one's a trap. It's not a K sound. It's actually a ch sound, like cheeping without the eeping. And finally, the letter X. This is a big one. It just sounds like the English word she. That's it. If you only remember one thing from this group, remember that X sounds like sh.
Next up, we have the retroflex sounds. For these, you literally have to curl your tongue back a bit so the tip points to the roof of your mouth. Zh is like the start of drummer. Ch is like truck without the uck. Sh is exactly like mushroom without the You know that one. But the the is tricky. It's not our English R at all. Keep that tongue curled up and try to make a sh sound, but with your voice on. It's that buzzing sound you hear.
Okay, last group of initials, the dental sibilants, the hissy ones. A good way to think of these is like they're the skinny cousins of the last group we just did. Instead of a curled tongue, your tongue is flat. So z is like zap without the app. Ts sounds like the ts in puts. And s is just ts, like snake. And believe it or not, that's it. You've just gone through all the possible starting sounds in Mandarin. So we've got our first Lego brick, the initial. What's next? Well, to finish the syllable, we need to add the vowel sounds. These are broken down into medials and finals. The good news is there are only 3 medials. Think of them as the little connector pieces. You've got E, which sounds like E. You've got oo, which sounds like ooh, and then there's the famous ü with the two little dots on top. Okay, that oo sound can feel a little weird for English speakers, but I promise there's a super simple trick. Let's do it together right now. First, say the word sweet really slowly. See how your lips make that oo shape for the W? Now freeze your lips right there in that rounded oo shape. Don't move them. And from that position, just try to say ee. That sound you're making, that's it. That's the oo. All right, we've got our initial, we've got our connector medial. We just need the last piece of the Lego brick, the final. This is simply the ending sound of the syllable. And the best part is, most of these are going to sound super familiar. Let's run through them. A is just ah, easy. O is that sound you make when you yawn. Oh. E is kind of like a short Then you get combos that make total sense. A sounds just like ice. E sounds like wave. AO is exactly what you say when you stub your toe. Ow. And OU sounds like the O in bow tie. And for the last bunch, we have the nasal sounds, the ones ending in N or NG. So an sounds like the word pan if you said it like a Spaniard. And is like saying youngin'. Ang is like the end of the word wrong, but with a flatter ah. Ang is like the end of dung. And well, that's that funny R sound we practiced earlier. And that is everything. We've literally just covered every single building block for every sound in Mandarin. Okay, let's take a breath. That was a lot, but think about what just happened. You now have the complete toolkit. When you look at Pinyin now, you're not just seeing letters, you're seeing the blueprint of a sound. Your journey to actually speaking Chinese, it starts right now. So what are the big takeaways here? 1. Pinyin is for pronunciation, it's not the writing system. 2. Every sound is built from those three parts, initial, medial, and final. 3. Watch out for those familiar letters like Q and X. They're tricky. And maybe most importantly, you don't have to be perfect. The whole point is to just start practicing. You know, the original idea for this came from a source that said by the time you finish, you'll be able to recognize and say every single letter. And look at that, you can. You seriously have the foundation now to sound out any word in Mandarin. So I'll just leave you with this. You've basically been given the keys to the kingdom. You've cracked the code. You know how the sound system works. The only question left is, what's the first thing you're going to say?